All right, so good morning, YouTube. Good morning, family. I hope everybody is doing well. I just want to come and do a quick video. I'm on the way to the DMV. I have to do some running around with my daughter. And yeah, this is our first day really out running errands, like serious errands that need to get done. So any other day, we probably just run to like the store, the grocery store, like CVS or something like that. But today I need to go to the DMV. I need to take care of some business, serious business. So I decided to go ahead and do a video just on my progress. Um, the last 2 days has been not so great. Not so great. I have to be honest. I have been decreasing in the amount that I've been putting out overall, and it's been like a slow decrease. But I will say this, my daughter is going through teething right now, and it's kind of reached its plateau. I think the night before this one, it was the worst. And so gradually every night what she's been doing, which is new, is she's been waking up to feed at 3 and then at 5. The worst night she woke up at 11, 3, and 5. So she was waking up every 3 hours to feed. And that's usually what she used to do when she was a newborn. But I think that she's waking up those times because she's hungry. Oh, excuse me, not that, but because her teeth is her gums are hurting her where her teeth would be. So those nights I did wake up and feed her, which led to a decrease in my milk supply, like a huge decrease. For me, usually in the morning I would wake up and I would pump about, on the really good days, I would pump around 5 to 6 ounces. 4 ounces. My morning yields were the most, and that's because obviously I slept through the night, so I didn't pump those times. So I might have missed 3 pumps or 2 pumps depending on the last time that I pumped. So this morning, I'm getting a lot better yields, and I'm actually going to show you guys. Last night, I ended up putting her to sleep later so that she could sleep through the night. So I put her to sleep around 10:15. The other night she went to sleep around 9. I really wanted to put her to sleep around 11. But what I ended up doing was I ended up feeding her at about 10:15. She had her last feed at about maybe 7:30. So it was exactly 3 hours later. So it might have been like I fed her at 7, she ate at 10, or I fed her at 7:30 and she ate at 10:30. I can't remember exactly which, but it was time for another feed because I checked the app as usual. And so I fed her, and she fell asleep. I put her in the bed, and she did not wake back up until 4 o'clock in the morning. I think it was 4:30, 4:45, and so then she only did one feed, which was great. So for those of you out there that's dealing with teething, that may start dealing with teething at some point, this is a really good video for that, a really in-depth video, because by me pushing um, her bedtime up to about 10:15, 10:30, and feeding her right before she went to bed, it was really good because it held her down for about 3 hours. And I actually just went ahead and breastfed her. You guys, if you're pumping, if you're exclusively pumping, then you can breastfeed, or excuse me, you can pump. I'm all over the place because I'm about to leave right now, so I'm trying to make this a quick video, but thorough and complete with details. So if you're pumping, you can make them a bottle, give it to them, and then that should hold it down for about 3-4 hours. The worst night, she woke up at 11, 3, and then 5. So I slept from about 10:30 until 4:30. So when I looked at the phone, that was about 6.5 hours, which is great. So it was, she went through 2 feeds. So 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:34. So that's almost 7 hours of sleep. So when she woke me up at 4:30, I was happily getting up. I was giving her, I nursed her again on my breast. So that's another thing that I do at nighttime. I breastfeed because I don't want to get up and make a bottle and change the diaper and hear the cry. So that's what I do. So with no further ado, this is how much I pumped in 30 minutes. And I usually pump between 25 and 30 minutes. And I know I said that I was going to start pumping for 45 minutes. I just felt like with the constant decrease, I felt like that was not the reason why my milk was decreasing, was the amount of time that I was pumping, or I felt like that wasn't the remedy to the situation. So I just stopped doing that because obviously my daughter is eating more during the night. So she's eating the amount of milk that I would have in the morning to add to my stash. So if she's eating 3 times a night, anywhere between maybe 8 and 10 minutes, that's about a whole 5 to 6 ounces. And so my milk stash decreased by about 5 to 6 ounces, and it started off gradually because, like I said, she maybe woke up at 3, then she woke up at 3 and 5, then she woke up at 11, 3 and 5. So that amount of milk was taken away gradually. So this is about 3 ounces. Let me just put it, y'all can't see that. It's almost 3 ounces, and that's from the left side. And so what I would do is I would take my phone. I know I've been pumping for 30 minutes. I've been on here for 6 minutes, so I would just do the math to figure out when I started, when I stopped. And then I would put in 3 ounces on the left side, and then this side is more. That is at 4 ounces on the right side. So, like I said, I fed her at about 4:30, 4:45. It's now about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's been a good 4 hours since. So 7 ounces. So I'm pretty happy about that. Like I said, I didn't increase the amount of time I was pumping. I stopped doing that. I felt like it was something else, and it was. Deep down, we kind of always know what it is. It was her, going through her teething phase. So this will be a teething phase video with Ferber. I'm also doing the Ferber method. So if you guys are interested in more detail on the Ferber method, you can definitely request it below. I know we have so many high needs babies, and my child was definitely one, from just being really hard to put to sleep more than anything. She was the type of baby that was kind of fussy. She wasn't horrible, but it was very hard to put her to sleep. And sometimes she did just cry quite a bit. So we did start doing Ferber with her at about 3 months. And our Ferber method was very, very gradual. We did not just put her down drowsy to start with. We would put her down and let her sleep. And sometimes she would sleep her full time. Sometimes she wouldn't. And then we would just slowly increase and slowly decrease the things that we gave her. So like if we gave her white noise, we would stop the white noise. I think we stopped the white noise towards the end of 2 months, and we would just put her down because we realized that she would fall asleep sometimes and she didn't need the white noise. So we kind of stopped using it. And so our process was very, very gradual. Now that she's almost 4.5 weeks, we have started putting her down with while she's awake. But we had to do that with the white noise because she wouldn't fall asleep any other way. And we also noticed this week that we started doing that she is teething. So we kind of are having to start over in some ways, but we're also trying to strategize to where we're not starting all the way over, but where we are sort of trying to figure things out so that it's not completely. So I told my husband, I'm like, the white noise is just taking us all the way back to day one. I really don't think that we need that. We put her to sleep different ways, like rocking her, putting her in the carrier, maybe turning on the water, just different things so that she can be more adapt to the noises in the house, and that so that she's not so dependent on that. So like yesterday I was vacuuming, I needed to vacuum, and she fell asleep to that. Or if I'm doing the dishes and she may fall asleep to that. But what I want her to not get used to is her definitely having white noise. And so then by the end of yesterday, I did Ferber with her. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I did Ferber with her, and she cried the entire time. She doesn't do that. So I'm like, maybe it's her teething. I just felt kind of bad because I'm like, she's really not stopping crying. But I mean, I went in there every 15 minutes because she was up to that point, and really she should be up to 20 minutes. But because of her teething, I just feel bad doing 20 minutes. And so, definitely, this is a good video. I think it's balanced because some parents may be very strict and by the book. When I went online and looked at some articles, some parents were saying that your child is going to get a new teeth every month. They may get a tooth at 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, but they're going to fill up that whole mouth with teeth. So they have to get used to some sort of normalcy. Whereas another parent was like, listen, when they're teething, I kind of go back and I revert, and I, give them a lot of comfort and cuddles, and I kind of just completely stop. You probably want to be somewhere in between so that your child knows that I have to go through this, but I have some comfort. You can give your child Tylenol, different things like that. But if you want me to go into detail, I can. I'm not through the woods yet, but I am at a place where I feel that we're getting back to some sort of sense of normalcy. There's a lot of different things that I'm using. But like I said, that's the information I have for you so far. If you're dealing with teething, if you're dealing with Ferber, and you're also breastfeeding, those are 3 things that I'm dealing with. So I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm usually not this anxious, but I have a lot of things coming up. I have a test on Sunday that I absolutely have to pass, and I'm just dealing with a lot of anxiety. The school year is about to start, and I have a daughter, and I have to go to work when the school year starts. And so I'm dealing with how to figure that out, trying to figure out daycares that are not as congested as the metropolitan area that I live in. So it's a lot of different things that I'm just constantly thinking about trying to work through. So that's the information that I have for you so far on my journey and why it has taken a turn. So I'm pretty sure you'll be dealing with some of those things too. It's so many parents that are like, Ferber, oh, it's working, but now we have teething and pumping as well. It affects everything. So comment below, please like, please subscribe. I have other videos as well that have to deal with sewing, natural hair journey, healthcare, do-it-yourself deodorant, do-it-yourself gel, which I will be making soon, doing maybe another video. So that's that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.